Hey everyone, it's Mike with Bottle Pro. YETI just released a new water bottle with a straw lid, and it's made to be an answer to Stanley's Adventure Quencher tumbler that has taken the internet by storm. These kinds of articles come up seemingly every week talking about the next great Hydro Flask, YETI, or Stanley product. We're going to talk about 3 reasons why you should not buy a Hydro Flask, YETI, or Stanley bottle. Reason number 1, a lot of affiliate marketers do not give the full story. Here's the deal. Most of these articles that you read are written by people and companies who are affiliate marketers, the most popular being an Amazon affiliate. They get paid and they prioritize everything based off of this. If you make a click on one of the links and then you make a purchase on Amazon, for example, they get a kickback. So they have a clear incentive to promote the most popular and the most expensive products because they're going to make more money off of it. With Bottle Pro, we know this because we are an Amazon affiliate marketer. You've probably seen links like this that we've included in our other video descriptions and our other blog posts. And so if you do click, then we make a small commission if you purchase. But the problem is that most of these affiliate marketers, they don't give you the full story. They talk about why you need to buy this, they build up the hype, but they don't tell you why it might not be a good fit for you. So if you look at, for example, our post on Hydro Flask's new chug lid, we talked about several reasons why it's not necessarily the greatest design and some things that you might want to keep in mind in case you're considering to buy it. So in general, we do agree that these kind of comparison sites and review sites where people give reviews of these products is very helpful. It's very beneficial for people to look at these trusted reviews to help them sift through all the junk that's on Amazon nowadays. But just make sure that if you're looking at an article and it doesn't give you any negatives about a product, then you might want to get a second opinion elsewhere. There has never been a perfect product for every single person, for every single situation. You can almost always find a downside. Reason number 2, you're mostly paying for the logo. At Bottle Pro, we have a business where we design accessories for big water bottles. We send the designs to a manufacturer, usually in China. They manufacture it, freight it to us, and then we send to individual customers and Amazon from there. While we don't have the shipping and manufacturing volumes that a company like Hydro Flask, YETI, or Stanley have, we have a general idea of the costs and how this process works. We're going to take a look at Hydro Flask's 40-ounce bottle, which currently retails at $49.95. Manufacturing costs are probably around $4 per unit, and this includes the bottle, the retail wrap, with the instructions and the marketing information, and an insert that usually goes over cleaning practices. Freight costs have been wildly varying over the past few years since COVID really started, but generally we can estimate that's at about $1 per unit. Amazon generally has a 12% referral fee for any sales, so we're assuming that Hydro Flask is paying that same fee. And there's also an Amazon fulfillment fee, which is the cost for them to actually pack and ship the unit. That's probably around $7 per unit. Altogether, these costs come up to around $18 per bottle. So of the $50 that you're paying for, only $18 is actually the process of manufacturing the bottle and getting it to you. Now, obviously, there are a lot of other costs that we didn't cover here that Hydro Flask has to pay for. They have a very extensive marketing budget, they have employees, they have facilities, they have insurance, they have all sorts of costs that bring down the overall company profit compared to this individual product level profit. But generally speaking, you can be assured that the majority of what you're spending for your bottle is actually going into the company and not the bottle itself. If you think of these other services like the customer service, the marketing, branding, employees as the brand itself, and the logo represents the brand, then generally speaking, you're paying about $30 to have this logo on your bottle. Now let's compare these costs with a well-known knockoff on Amazon called Iron Flask. Iron Flask, they're about $28.95 per bottle right now, and that includes 3 lids, and they have some different color options, including gradients. When you buy an Iron Flask, you're basically getting the same bottle as a Hydro Flask. They have a very similar design. Hydro Flask did update their design a couple years ago, but for all intents and purposes, they're basically the same bottle. Now, Iron Flask, using a similar kind of analysis, their costs are probably around $15 to $16 per bottle. So they're making around $13 to $14 per bottle. for about 47% margin per unit. Now, what this means is that in addition to spending less overall, or roughly half the price that you would on a similar Hydro Flask, a greater percentage of what you spend on an iron flask or one of those other cheaper knockoff brands goes into the actual product that you're using instead of the company. So you're paying a lot more for the product that you use, not necessarily for the marketing and the branding and all of that goes along with that kind of a brand. Now, some of the costs that you pay for a bottle from a company like Hydro Flask or YETI are certainly well worth it. They have very good customer service and the brand is well known. So if you want to have a bottle that you can show to your friends and show off a little bit, obviously that's a better option for you. But just be aware that you're paying for the logo, and as long as you know that and you're okay with that, that's fine. But it does cost a lot of extra money for that logo. Stanleys aren't quite as excessive on the price, but they certainly are still a very good and well-known brand, so you're still paying for the logo more than you would from one of these other knockoffs. Real quick, I know this is cliche, it's YouTube, I hate doing this, but if you're finding this video helpful, if you could go ahead and just click the like button or even subscribe if you like this kind of content and find it helpful, it really helps out a lot. We're trying to get to the point where we can monetize this channel, and every little bit helps. Reason number 3 why you might not want to buy one of these bottles is for the environment. And we know that may be a little surprising because a lot of people buy these reusable water bottles to reduce their plastic consumption. But stay with us here and we'll explain. When you buy your first reusable water bottle, you are certainly doing a positive thing to reduce your plastic consumption and reduce your impact on the environment. That's one of the main reasons that a lot of people get into Hydro Flask and Yetis and all of these reusable brands, so they can cut down on how many of these disposable water bottles that they're throwing away. And you know that these companies care about the environment, and you know that they know that their customers care about the environment, because a lot of them, like Hydro Flask, pledge to help the environment with a certain percentage of their revenues. But the ironic thing, and part of the problem here that we're getting to, is that at some point this becomes a problem. There's a type of diminishing returns in relation to the number of bottles you have and your plastic reduction. When you buy your first reusable water bottle, you are certainly doing a positive thing to reduce your plastic consumption and reduce your personal level impact on the environment. And if you want to have other bottle types, like maybe you want a smaller bottle for coffee with a sip lid, that's fine. That makes logical sense, and it's a useful thing to have. But every time you buy another bottle that's very similar to one that you already have, just because it's a new color or a new style, you're not actually reducing your plastic consumption by that much. So there's this diminishing returns. The more bottles you buy, the less your plastic consumption is reduced with each successive bottle. The amount that you can help the water bottle from going to no reusable bottles to 1 is a lot more than what you would help the environment by buying your 20th water bottle. It's okay if you want to have these different products, but just be aware that if you're buying your 20th water bottle, you're not actually helping the environment at that point any more than you did when you bought your 19th water bottle. And that's it. Now, we know it might be a little weird that a company like us, where we sell accessories for these water bottles, is telling you maybe not to buy them, but that's what we do here. We try to give you the honest, full picture of what you're looking at, so you can make a decision for yourself if it's the right kind of product for you. So next time you see one of these pure hype articles, just treat it with a grain of sand. Maybe do a little bit more reading somewhere else. Check out bottlepro.net to see if we've reviewed or given any kind of feedback on what you're looking at. And hopefully you'll find something that works great for you. Keep us in mind for accessories for your large water bottles. I know that I railed on affiliate marketers before, but we did include the links in the description and the post if you did want to check out any of the products we talked about. Like I said before, if you do buy from clicking these links, it does help our channel out and helps us to be independent and give these types of reviews. So thank you for your time and happy hydrating.